in Level Up Creator School. I'm our Director of Operations, and Amanda Northcutt is our CEO. Thank you for joining us. We are always so honored and feel it is a great privilege to just spend a few minutes of your day with you and to be able to hold your attention just for a little while. Um, if you have not met us before, there are two ways that we help thought leaders, consultants, and coaches build rock solid recurring revenue businesses. The first is Level Up Creators, and this is our done for you white glove consulting firm, and this includes our MRR Accelerator program. And the second is Level Up Creator School. And this is where we help a global group of thought leaders, consultants, and coaches build businesses with a done with you model. Creator School includes access to our consulting team and our methodology in a way that used to be reserved exclusively for our consulting clients. So, hello and welcome. This week, Amanda is just getting back from Craft and Commerce. And so I just wanted to kind of pull some nuggets out of her time there. So we're just going to jump right in. And if you have any questions at any point in time, feel free to drop those in the chat and we will pause our conversation and hit those up. So, okay, what was your biggest takeaway from KIT conference, Craft and Commerce? Something that either shifted your perspective and your thinking or validated what you already kind of know and what we already use in Level Up?
Yeah, that's a great question. My biggest takeaway, though, I think I'm going to take this a totally different direction, is just how important it is to spend time with people in person that you're friends with on the internet or that you want to be friends with in real life and on the internet. It's just such an incredibly valuable use of time and investment in relationship to go and be together in the same physical space as opposed to, like, if you and I were sitting in a studio on a couch together or something like that. I mean, that would be so cool. It's such a different environment, and I'm quite extroverted, and so that was very refreshing for me to be around people and make some new friendships and solidify some others. And yeah, it was a good event for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you have any unexpected or memorable conversations with other founders or creators that stood out to you?
Oh man. To be honest with you, I went to some of the talks, but I spent the vast majority of my 16-hour days in meetings. And so I had, yeah, really, really lovely conversations. I mean, I spent a good amount of time with Amanda Getz. We had a workshop together. It was fantastic. Her keynote was next level. So I definitely was there in the front row for that. And my goodness, Amanda's book went up for pre-order while we were at Craft and Commerce, and so that was a very exciting moment as well. It launches in October, and yeah, I mean, frankly, she just freaking dropped a hammer and crushed it. It was incredible. So that was a lot of fun just to see after our work together over the last year, and the girls going places. I'll say that. Chris Donnelly had a great keynote as well. Tori Dunlap and many, many, many others, and yeah, made some new friendships that were unexpected for sure. Had a great long conversation with Barrett Brooks, the former CEO of, it was ConvertKit, now Kit. That was great as well. Shout out to Tim Grawl. Dee Dee Moore of More Than Grand and Creator School was there. Dan Cumberland traveled all the way from Merida, Mexico to be there. And that was really, really fun to see some of our clients and Creator School members.
Yeah. Yeah. What was something that you saw or heard while you were there that you wish more creators or business owners understood?
Yeah. I mean, this feels funny because it was like me and Amanda's talk was very spicy, and it was a contrarian take, basically the whole thing. So we were busting the top 10 creator myths. And I was told that talk was an unlock for a lot of people and just to help them think about business in a completely different way. And that courses, challenges, and low ticket memberships are like not actually a productive path for the vast majority of creators. If you have tons of followers and like a killer funnel that works, and there are some people that I know and that were there where they have killer funnels and large audiences, and that works. Sam Vander Wielen being one of them, absolutely crushing it. Layla Pomper. So that works for some of us, but for us mere mortals who do not have, 6 and 7 figures of followers, high ticket, high touch, low volume can be a path to a pretty like high leverage, exceeding your previous, corporate career salary track, and a life of enjoyment where you can work toward lifestyle architecture and generational wealth and impact and legacy and all those things that we like. And so we were really challenging people to think about what's one product you have that you currently charge one time for that you could charge over the course of 3 months, right? What's the recurring value that you could charge in order to earn that recurring revenue? And then what is the B2B application of what you are selling? So most people sell B2C or DTC, direct to consumer, to individuals. But if you're actually selling into businesses, you can charge a lot more if what you're delivering provides, 10 or even 100x value of what you're providing to that individual. And then businesses have budgets as opposed to your fighting over a limited amount of discretionary income from an individual. So, and especially those two things together can completely change the trajectory of your business.
Yeah. And it's crazy because today is the 2nd-year anniversary of our business,
It
which
is our
is
anniversary.
so crazy. I just saw that on the calendar. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to post in Slack. I need to just be like, hey team, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, and it's crazy because we were kind of at Craft and Commerce last year, and it was like we're kind of launching into this like new space.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any shift in difference in like people recognizing you this time around and kind of like striking up conversations just because they've seen your face?
Yes, which is great. I mean, that feels like we're making an impact and it feels like our content is helping other people. And so and our business is successful. I mean, I talk about being like a demonstrably effective, business model. And we have that at this point because we are making that for our clients. That's what I love about our company is like our success is tied directly to our clients' success. They are inextricably tied. And so that's a great indicator that our clients are being successful as well.
Yeah. In your workshop with Amanda Getz, what was one of the most common questions that people were asking?
Mm. Oh man, questions were all over the map because we covered so many different topics. But we did have a good bit of questions, really follow-ups to almost everything. People were getting into the weeds. It was great. There was standing room only. And so we had a lot of people show up and take a lot of notes, and that was cool. But yeah, there wasn't any like particular question theme, I guess. More just like some unlocks, and people shared at the end ideas that they had and how they were going to take their business forward and changes they were going to be able to make because of what they learned there. So that was really great.
Yeah. Okay. One last parting shot from your time at Craft and Commerce. Nothing's off the table. Go.
Oh, parting. Oh,
Yeah.
no question prompt.
Sorry.
That's funny. I'm having trouble with my speakers this morning, like before you hit live. And I was like, did she ask a question? No, she did not. Okay. Parting shot. Okay. The big parting shot from Amanda and I's workshop was find a partner, not necessarily a business partner, but find some allies, find some business friends, be vulnerable enough to show up and to create a connection and to instigate a connection. We're really big on partner marketing here at Level Up, and that can mean all different sorts of things and take all, many different forms. But the important thing is that you are finding businesses who have similar ICPs, ideal customer personas, as you, and they are tangentially related. So there's some sort of like logical connection between your business and theirs, but those businesses are non-competitors. And so when you can, like we did with Amanda, I mean, we're trying to set an example here, obviously. So Amanda had an audience and we had operations, and each needed the other thing. And so that's where this working in public campaign was born. And that changed a lot for both of our companies, and that was a really, really fantastic partnership. And also, friendship has come from that. It's really, really important because running these businesses at home largely by ourselves, most people work by themselves, is hard. It's very, very lonely, and it is a grind. And that's why showing up and seeing people IRL, in real life, in the flesh, is super important. Like putting forth the time and the budget and the effort to do that, and the vulnerability. I'll just like keep coming back to that because it is vulnerable to show up, and it is vulnerable to go and approach other people as an adult and make new friends and forge business relationships and find things that are aligned in order to be able to effectively kind of pitch an idea and be willing to be rejected. But the rewards, I think, far outweigh the risk of going in and doing those kinds of things. And I think that the benefits are, you can see kind of what's in front of you potentially as what's more obvious from like a business perspective, if you're doing a business kind of marketing partnership or a joint product launch or something like that. But I think the benefits extend far, far, far beyond that from just a relational standpoint, from a learning and growth mindset standpoint. And you never know kind of what other doors are going to be unlocked because of doing something like that. So find partners, work together, work in public, show people what you're doing, and show up in person. So build relationships.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you guys so much for joining today and following along. Be sure to follow us for more tips and insights on building a successful recurring revenue business. Until next week, bye.